So once again, oh man, that's kind of loud, sorry. So once again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I just want to take a moment to recognize some events that have happened to us within the country, and that has happened to us in our town, close to home. So I would like to take a moment have a moment of silence for the students and staff that passed away in Texas in the school shooting. I want to take a moment to recognize Victor Horenga, I'm sorry, and also one of our sitting trustees, Ms. Jocko. Unfortunately, yesterday her sister passed away, so I wanted to take a moment for us to just recognize these individuals and have a moment of silence. Thank you very much. We're going to be having some presentations for everyone today. Prior to doing so, I want to go ahead and have our roll call of the trustees that are here. Yeah,
Trustee Dattis.
Here.
Trustee Jacko. Trustee Tunis. Trustee Velez.
Here.
Trustee Williams.
Here.
Vice President Bennett-Meany.
Here.
President Muniz.
Here, thank you very much.
The New Jersey Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of this board, except where specifically exempted by law, at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having same advertised in the Belleville Times. Also, notice of this meeting has been mailed to the members of the board, the borough clerk, all elementary schools, the middle school, the high school, Hornblower Early Childhood Center, and posted on the district website. Also, this meeting is being televised via the district's YouTube and Facebook pages.
Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and move forward with our presentation tonight. Dr. Tomko, you want to have the... We're going to go ahead and have a report for our high school representative.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sofia Bojorquez, and I'm the SGO president. Thank you for being here today. Here's a recap of what's happening in our school. In old news, on May 26th, our juniors hosted the annual Battle of the Classes. Congrats to the seniors for winning again this year. Our seniors had their annual senior barbecue on June 1st. Thank you to everyone who donated and helped out. On June 7th, our senior athletes were celebrated with the varsity dinner at the Chandelier. The 55th Senior Awards took place on June 9th. Congrats to all the seniors who were honored with scholarships, and thank you to all the organizations. There was a district-wide dress down day on June 10th and June 20th. In new news, the graduating ceremony will be held this Thursday, June 23rd, on the BHS field. Congrats to the BHS class of 2022 for graduating. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for May 16th?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any discussion? Okay. Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Bennett Meany.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes, thank you. We're going to move on to items presented by the administration. Dr. Tomko.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. We have an incredible crowd tonight because we have some great presentations. So I'm going to take this opportunity first, since we have so many parents and students here, to talk about a few things. First, I want to thank everyone for just an incredible school year. I can't believe that we are at our last regular meeting in June of the 2021-2022 school year. Our students and our staff, faculty, staff, and administration have been extremely resilient coming back from COVID, dealing with some of the learning loss that we've had, and just, continuing to kind of move through some of the transitions that we needed to make sure occurred from coming back from such a horrific pandemic. So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the parents. I want to thank the community stakeholders. But I most specifically want to thank this board for just their support over the last 12 months for everything that we needed to do to get on board. Also, some of the facilities upgrades, some of the things that we're doing to really put Belleville on the map and really making it a model district. We talk about that all the time, but I know we're definitely doing that. Just by when I go into meetings around the state, not even around the area, because I do represent some state offices. When I go around the state, people are definitely in awe of Belleville and all the things that we are doing. So again, I appreciate it. We're very excited on what's to come with the 2022-2023 school year and all the changes and upgrades. The young lady to my left, your right, is Ms. Zorro. She's standing in for, she's the assistant to the BA. Mr. Palladino is at a middle school graduation for his son tonight, so I just want to let everybody aware of that. So welcome, Ms. Zorro. Finally, to see you. She's the person behind the scenes doing most of the work. So, and I said that in public, so that's good. I wanted to also bring up how proud I was of our administration and staff and all of our parents the other night when we had our physical education, health, comprehensive health meeting, because of all the concerns that the K-5, specifically the K-5 curriculum has kind of stirred up across the state. I think we had a very productive meeting, and I'll reiterate that one of the two most important things, I think, that came out of that meeting, maybe I could reiterate that tonight. Number one is communication. No matter what we write in a curriculum, no matter what we say will or will not happen, we need to understand what the parents and students and teachers are actually talking about, and sometimes the administration can't be there all the time. So if you have further questions as we move into these school years, some of these things have been talked about anyway. Since 1972, that's when some of these topics have been put into mandated by state statute. So I think with the current environment, some of these things in curriculum are kind of sparking up some interest. So please continue to communicate with your building principals, my office, any office that you can get to if you have any questions or concerns. We definitely will work with you on whatever we need to. So that's very important. And I think, again, the other important thing that we talked about was that this is something that we are taking very seriously. We're doing very much at a slow pace. We are actually trying to work getting feedback first before we wrote we haven't actually written most of that curriculum yet because we wanted to hear what the stakeholders said at that meeting, and we did get a lot of incredible ideas. I was speaking to Ms. Shanklin about that just the other day, some of the things that we maybe didn't think about. But again, to be very clear, these are standards that are approved by the state, by the Department of Education. There's not much wiggle room, but there are ways that we can make sure that people are comfortable. There are ways that we can package some of these things so that you can opt out if you'd like, the same way you've been able to in the past, but maybe make it a little more clear. So again, trying to be as transparent as possible and put it out there so that you all see it. So again, I appreciate all of you coming out and sharing a little dinner with us last week. If anyone has any questions, please reach out. I did have some parents reach out because, again, I think sometimes when you hear things, you don't get the clear picture unless you actually talk to someone who's actually writing this or doing this. So thank you very much. Just for everyone's edification, before we go ahead and start with some of these incredible things we're going to be talking about tonight, we are going to be pulling 3 items from the agenda. The first one is 7.55, second is 8.3, and the last is 9.18. So 755, 83, and 918. All right, our first presentation tonight is something new this year. We wanted to come together and talk about, the importance put back. I had a meeting with all of our principals and administrators the other day, and I said we really need to really tighten up some of that academic vision that we've had. I know COVID, we talked a lot about social emotional learning, but it's time to really get back to some of those things. So one of those ways we wanted to kick it off and talk about Belleville and how great we are here is to honor some of our incredible writers and thinkers throughout the schools. And we put together a superintendent's essay contest. And basically, we put out the topic to all of your children. I'm sure you're aware of it. It says, what makes being a student in Belleville so special to me? So we had about 500 entries over the grades 2 to 6. So it was really an incredible showing, and all these essays, some of the things were just phenomenal, and it really made us feel good about what we're doing here and what you parents are doing as well. And it was a tough selection, but we did select 5 winners who we just had a nice dinner with them and their families, the board, to celebrate this achievement, and now they're going to get up here in front of all of you and read their essays to you. So we're very excited about that. I'm sure they're a little nervous, so I know we're going to be as good as Belleville as we can, and we're going to encourage them. I'd like to thank Ms. Kelleher for all of her work, Ms. Shanklin, and Ms. Demikoff helps as well. So thank you very much for all of your help, ladies, and all the committee people too that work to pick these incredible essays out. So let's give everyone that comes up here a round of encouragement, right? It's a beautiful audience, but I'm sure it's a little scary for people coming up here and talking. So let's make sure that we definitely encourage them. So we're going to start with I don't know if you wanted to kind of just assist them up, maybe a little bit. So we're going to start with grade 2. You ready? All right, Ilya Viprika is coming up. Come on up. There he is. Oh my God, killing me, Jeff.
What makes being a student in Belleville so special to me? There are many reasons why I love being a student in Belleville. The first reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because my school is very close to my house, and some schools are very far away from children's houses. The second reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because here are very nice teachers, and they're very fair. The third reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because we do very interesting projects, and some students give out goodie bags on birthdays, and some give donuts to others. The fourth reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because teachers make our lessons so special, especially art, gym, music, and library. The fifth reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because we grow flowers and have special lunches. Another reason why I like being a student in Belleville is because I believe my school is going to make me wise, smart, and brave. Also, it's great to be a Belleville student because of the neighborhood. I love all of my classmates. They are very friendly and became my very good friends. During the class projects, we learned to share and help each other. Those are the reasons why I like being a student in Belleville. I love Belleville and my school very much and can't imagine myself at any other place.
That was great. Great job, Ilya. Let's give him another round of applause. Excellent job, Ilya. You want to go down there and give him a... Mr. Muniz is coming down. Miss Bennett, you want to go down there too? You want to go down there? We also have something in the board office now. We have an art gallery set up for this summer in perpetuity for the rest of the time. We're going to be changing up some art students that we are honoring throughout the years from all the grade levels. And we also have a new anthology essay book. I don't know, Ms. Keller, if you could hold that up, but this will also be in the archive. So as we do this every year, all of the student essays that are selected will be in this for the archive. So congratulations again. Good job, Ilya. Grade 3, I just want to recognize Sophia Cabrera. She cannot be here tonight, but you could also see her, her essay in the archive, so congratulations to her. Fourth grade, School 7, Santos Hernandez. Santos.
People in other schools may think their school is the best, but I think Belleville School is the greatest, and here's why. Our new student council can help our school and plan fun activities for us. They can also help us with problems or ideas on new things that we want to see in our school. They can be helpful to the school by organizing dress-down days and other fundraisers that help pay for the fun day and the beautiful playground and field we are all enjoying on these warm, sunny days. Belleville schools are also special because we can make wonderful friends that care about you, because you can have friends that are close with you, and it makes you feel like you are part of a family. Next, Belleville schools have dedicated teachers because they help us get smarter in a fun way. For example, we can teach the class and it makes us feel like we could be a teacher when we grow up. Belleville schools are also special because they do an awesome job at getting us ready for high school and college. In the Belleville schools, we can be special if we are a girl or boy, no matter what. What matters here is that we are learning to be a good person. You can be rich or poor and still be treated like you are special. Finally, I haven't finished. Wait. Oh, Belleville schools are also special because we can. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Finally, Belleville schools provide us with a clean and healthy environment. For example, we have air conditioners to keep us comfortable and cool as a cucumber on hot days. They also provide us with necessary air purifiers that give us clean air and help us breathe better, which not all schools have. Now, the best part is the water bottle filling stations, because they give us clean water to keep us hydrated, and even though they are pretty expensive, we have them. We actually wrote letters to our principal about buying them, and he said yes. We are all so proud of this. Finally, we are lucky enough to be served free, healthy breakfasts and lunches, which we are also grateful about. Other schools may be good, but Belleville schools, I feel, are the best in the whole wide world.
That's our new mission statement at the end right there. There it is. Last line. Great job. Let's give it up for Santos. Santos has a whole section right here, too. Cheering section of his family.
Thank you so much. One more round of applause.
All right, from School 5, our 5th grade winner, Maya Herrera Shimokawa. Maya, where are you, Maya? There she is.
What makes being a Belleville student so special? I am a 5th grader at Belleville School number 5, and I think being a Belleville student is the bee's knees. There are a myriad of things that make a student in Belleville so special. Belleville has many things that both students and teachers love. 3 reasons why being a Belleville student is so special are because Belleville schools raise money for excellent causes, have student clubs, and have awesome activities for everyone to enjoy. Belleville School number 5 has amazing clubs like Glee Club, where even the music notes dance to the melody. They sing amazing songs, learn dance routines, and have fantastic solos you can try out for. They also had a computer club where people were as busy as bees going on typing websites, ABC Yeah, and just having fun. In a similar concept, we also have instrumental classes that you can take part in during the school day to learn an instrument of your choice. With these amazing activities, who knows what other activities the future holds? Belleville schools raise money for great causes. Throughout the year, students, parents, and teachers donate coats, participate in dress down days, donate for the high school students, and we recently had an amazing cupcake sale. The schools also show a lot of school spirit. We have Read Across America Week, where you can be as wacky as a clown in the circus. We also have Autism Awareness Week as well. Students can donate and have fun all at the same time. So if you or your family aren't big on donations, you can donate simple things like little bits of money or even some of your time. It's a piece of cake. Belleville schools also have fantastic activities for both the students, teachers, and staff to enjoy. We have pumpkin patches, fun day or field day, musical concerts, and so much more. Teachers also do different activities in their classrooms. These may include things from a fun project during History Month or a simple yet creative Mother's or Father's Day craft. We also have fun school assemblies like our laser light show or a school-wide movie. In summary, Belleville schools have clubs, raise money for good causes, and have exceptional activities for students and teachers to enjoy. Students in Belleville are very lucky to have all these things during their school years. These reasons not only help people, they also encourage students and faculty to become more involved and join the school and community spirit. All of these things are what I think makes a Belleville student so special.
Maya's from School 5.
Great job, Maya. Excellent. And our final winner from School 7 again, 6th grader Juliana Mitchell. Juliana.
What makes being a student in Belleville so special? Being a student in Belleville is very special. Diversity in Belleville schools plays a significant role in making every school in Belleville unique. The autism population is represented on every level of our schools. Belleville even has special technology for autistic children, which makes the experience better for both teachers and students. We have iPads that help students communicate with others. Even bathrooms are handicap accessible. Every grade level has an inclusive classroom. If that happens to be your homeroom, you even get an extra teacher. We also have sensory walks, and even teachers enjoy them. The Belleville School District has a very diverse population. Learning about different lifestyles will help people become more kind or accepting towards certain cultures. One of my teachers told me how her mother made her a traditional English food called Yorkshire pudding. This made me curious on how they made it, so I researched it. This allowed me to acquire the knowledge of something I didn't know about, which made me very appreciative of my teacher. Belleville schools give students the ability to learn more about each other and a reason to be kind to one another. In Belleville, many clubs and activities meet students' interests and makes them excited about school. Belleville has a student council that helps our schools a lot. They help other students and make sure their voices are heard, while also assuring them that they will take their roles in the student council seriously. The student council also makes sure students have fun and learn at school simultaneously. The Belleville schools also have a computer club. This club educates students on computers and special things about them. Many students enjoy the clubs because the teachers also make them fun. Having connections to our teachers and school in fun ways is important for our growth. Another club we have is called a book club. Belleville Schools has this for students who enjoy reading and want to read to others. I joined this club before, and I recommend it to people who love reading. We also have something called Talented and Gifted. This is for very intelligent students. This club has projects, spelling bees, and many more activities for students. The teachers work very hard to make all of these activities fun. Belleville's technology department has helped Belleville schools become better. Chromebooks saved our students and teachers during the pandemic. In my 4th grade year, my teacher and I would have meetings to check on our well-being and our education. We also had computers before COVID, which helped us have our meetings right away. This helped us since we couldn't go to school in person. We additionally had programs and apps which were great for our schools. I am very glad that our schools gave us programs on apps and on our computers that help us. Our schools also have STEM. We have them in our library and even classrooms. Some STEM programs can be very fun. Belleville's technology features are very entertaining and educational. The Belleville School District has many opportunities for the autistic population, making sure that they are included in every event we have here. Our schools also instruct students to be more accepting of other people's lifestyles by having certain days dedicated to them. We also have clubs and groups for people who like certain things. Belleville School District is very diverse and gives our students motivation, which is why it is so special to be a Belleville student. Many districts can claim they're the best around, but we all know Belleville is the best. We are a very inclusive school district, which makes our schools better. We include every student in every activity. We have clubs and activities that meet each student's interests. Belleville's technology department is extremely helpful as well. When I am older, I will be proud to say that I was a product of Belleville Public Schools.
Excellent job. It really is incredible to see how our students identify the inclusivity of everyone here. So that was great, because that's what it's all about, right? Excellent job. Excellent. Let's give all of our winners a round of applause again. Great job. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay. Thanks. Let's give one more round. Please shut that off, James, please. We're going to switch the program around just a little bit. Before we call everyone else up, because we have some people in the front already. So what I'd like to do now is call up Ms. Kelleher and keep our president, vice president up here, and Sergeant Abate, I think he's here. We're going to call him up real quick. We decided that, first of all, with the community engagement department several years ago when we put this in as a board, there were several people in the audience who talked about it. Why would it be important? Why is it such a a thing, an initiative that we wanted to do as an administration and a board? And I think it was maybe something that was challenged a little bit at the time because no one else did it. Now we get calls all the time from different districts. They want to do something like we do here. We have student ambassadors. We created something called the COPE program. And on tonight, there's a couple other programs that go along with the community engagement and partnership. And Ms. Keller has done an excellent job there. And you see that tonight with some of these programs. And one of the things we talked about is how incredible our relationship with the municipality and especially the police and fire departments has been over the past several years. And I think the other day I was visited by a couple of our bike patrol officers in my office, and it was just incredible to see them at the schools, and they stop by the schools during recess. I think maybe sometimes sneak a chicken nugget or two. I probably shouldn't say that, with all due respect. But it's not about the policing aspect so much as the community aspect, right? The whole idea is we're one team. We're all trying to, look out for each other. The safety issues. Just the other day when I was going home around 5 o'clock, I saw you guys going down Belleville Ave. So, I mean, it's just an incredible thing to see the policing unit. So Ms. Keller and I got together with the board, and we figured, this unit does so much for us as well as the rest of the police department that we wanted to do what we could as a community here to try to help them with some equipment. Not that they needed the money per se, but we wanted them to accept this donation from our kids because we appreciate what they do for us. So what we did is we held the Dress Down Day and we raised some money for them. And we'd like to present them with a check tonight for equipment or whatever you guys need for your bikes as you're going around. Make it something cool and flashy or something like that. But thank you very much. I think the amount's $3,000 and sorry, Di. $3,084 and some change. But we'd like to present that to you right now. Thank you so much for all you do. This is from the kids and the parents.
Sergeant Abate would like to speak to you for a moment, and just on behalf of Belleville Public Schools, we love our Belleville Police Department. They are an amazing partner. We value all that they do for us, and in the last several weeks, they have run a community bike ride that was so much fun, involved so many of our students, and just 2 weeks ago, it seemed like the entire force visited every elementary school and did walk to school with a cop, and even modified their program by visiting a Hornblower Early Childhood Center and did walk to your classroom with a police officer because they were a little too young to walk to school. So we just want to say we so value, Sergeant Abate, everything that you do for us. And on behalf of Belleville Public Schools, we're presenting you with a check for $3,084.65, and that comes from the bottom of our hearts to all of you.
On behalf of the Belleville Police Department, I just want to thank the staff and the students for doing this. It's a tremendous act of kindness and generosity. Most of you have seen us around town, riding around. But one of the things we wanted to focus on is our interactions with the kids. And like she said, we've been stopping at the playgrounds. We started something called Operation Recess, where we just stop in at random schools at random times and play with the kids and go down the slides and kick the ball with them and do that. We did Walk to School, which was a big hit, and we love doing. And there's other programs we started, and we're going to plan on doing more next school year. But thank you very much, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much again. All right, to continue with the program now, we'll go back to, it's Ms. Demikoff, Steam Tank. Our Steam Tank finalists, our winners, if Ms. Demikoff will please come up.
Thank you, Dr. Tomko. Good evening, everyone. The Steam Tank Challenge was created by the New Jersey School Boards Association, and it is sponsored by the United States Army. Students are encouraged to apply their science, technology, engineering, arts, and math skills in response to issues facing the world today. The main goal is to improve our country by making it more sustainable, healthier, equitable, and a safer place to live. Our students use problem-solving, critical thinking skills, creativity, and innovation within their project. The students also work collaboratively in teams on an invention that they can modify an existing product. They can invent something that is completely brand new, and they can identify a real-world problem or situation that's in need of a resolution. Emphasis is placed on sustainability and climate change. No matter what their creation is, it has to involve environmental and a climate change impact. The Steam Tank judges recognize the teams who demonstrate exemplary performance in specific categories, which are on a rubric. The students present their invention first through a Flipgrid video during round 1. We wait to see who is selected and then who's going to move on to the finals. Once you're invited to the finals, you have to present live or you can present virtually. The rubric categories there are 8 of them: innovative use of technology, entrepreneurship, creativity, and the exemplary integration of the arts, improvement to the human-built environment, subject matter expert collaboration, societal impact, sustainability, climate change, and the environment, and last but not least, COVID-19, public health and safety. Belleville Middle School had a total of 4 teams participate in the Steam Tank Challenge this year. One team in particular stood out, and their name is Team 29. They advanced to the finals, and they were recently invited to attend the virtual awards ceremony, which took place on June 13th. Team 29 received recognition for exemplary performance in entrepreneurship, creativity, and the exemplary integration of the arts and sustainability, and climate change and the environment. So they were recognized in 3 specific categories. Students, when I call your name, please come up and receive your certificate. Parents, after all 4 students are called up, please feel free to come up and take a picture. And by the way, these students are in our talented and gifted department at Belleville Middle School. All 4 are grade 8 students. Soraya Nijar, please come up. Congratulations, Soraya. Our next student is Janame Pagal. Congratulations, Janame. Our 3rd 8th grader is Aiden Twomey. Congratulations, Aiden. Last but not least, we have Janelle Victorio. Come on down. Congratulations, Janelle. Great job, Team 29.
Congratulations, excellent job. It's a very difficult competition. We've done well in the last few years, but this is just an incredible job. Nice job, guys. Excellent. All right, moving on. Some more incredible things in June. Mr. Lipo, I guess Mr. Rhodes as well for the Seal of Biliteracy students. Whoever, Mr. Rhodes, our high school principal, will call up our 2022 Seal of Biliteracy students with Ms. Calhoun, it looks like, our VP. This is an incredible feat for our students who earn a seal of being considered biliterate. It goes on a diploma, and it's definitely utilized in college. I know firsthand the amount of work. One of my own children went through this and received it, and it's not an easy task, even if you are bilingual. And I guess they can tell you some of the tasks they had to do and some of the tests they had to take. So very proud of you all for this. This list just keeps growing. So just very proud of you, Ms. Calhoun. Are you you taking over?
I am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Evening. Thank you.
Evening. It feels like afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Tomko and the Board of Education. So this, as Dr. Tomko said, the Seal of Biliteracy recipients are students who are bilingual and trilingual, which means that they can not only speak more than one language, they can also read in more than one language, and they can understand more than one language, and they can write in more than one language. So that's a huge accomplishment for our students. And some of these students grew up speaking multiple languages, while other students actually tested biliterate after taking the classes at Belleville Middle School, Belleville High School, Belleville Elementary School. So it's a big nod to our multi-diverse community. So this year we have 38 students, which is huge. And before we start saying the names, I'd like to thank Miss Sandy Perez, who is, let's give her a hand. She is one of our world language teachers, and she took on the daunting task of organizing everything, getting all of the names to the administration, testing the students, and making sure that not only was she able to get this done for us, in the meantime, her class was also taken care of and learning. So let's give her another hand. So I think we're ready to go, and I'm going to call up the students when you receive your cord. Oh, that's the other thing. The cords that the students are getting, the seniors, they're going to wear them to their graduation. That identifies them as students who speak multiple languages. So when you are at graduation, if you see the cords that the students are wearing, each cord is a special accomplishment. And I'm going to go through 38 names. As you come up and receive your certificate, please don't run away and just kind of line up nicely up front to get that photo up. Ready? We're good? Yeah. Okay. Mateo Aragon Acosta. Jeremy Arias Ramos. Dylan Astambaya Amagu. Lisbeth Ascona. Lizette Ascona. Daniela Cajamarca. Samara Caraballo Lazada. Darlene Concepcion. Brian Cordova Palma. Chrismelis De La Rosa. Daliana Estevez. I want to see if you guys can clap as quickly as I could say the names. Marco Fajardo Rodas. Kaylin Flores. Ariana Gallardo. Deanna Gaspard, Ariel Guaman, Analia Guerrera Samaniego, Alberto Hernandez, Aldo Juaman Ianacone, Carla Martinez Martinez, Juazmarie Mejia Asuncion, Tanya Melgar, George Miranda, Kayla Ochoa, we're almost there, Diego Ochoa Feju, Emily Oweda, Dayanara Paredes, Marianne Parra Rivera, Sandra Rivera, Sarai Rodriguez, Erica Rogel Bruceño, Gabriela Rojas, Stephanie Shinnon, Naomi Soto Cortez, Daniela Taco, Genghis Tetik, Daphne Vasquez Varela, and last but not least, Jefferson Vela. Good job, guys. Awesome, awesome job.
All right. Again, just another incredible academic feat. Like Ms. Calhoun said so eloquently, she said that some of these individuals, it wasn't a native language either, and obviously many of our trilingual students fall under that category as well. So just an incredible thing that I'm in awe of our students every year for doing this. And those of you who have students that are not seniors, or some of our young winners tonight, should aspire for something like this. Just an incredible, incredible opportunity. So once again, let's give another round of applause. Thank you. Excellent job. So fitting enough, the next category is to honor the Ralph Alon Academy of Engineering and Medical Sciences completion students. The last interview I had with the board here 7 years ago, when they graciously gave me the opportunity to serve the community of Belleville, Mr. Valon himself was a board member, and actually questioned me with regard to this academy because I had established a few academies in other districts of this nature. And he specifically said, if we were to give you the position, Dr. Tomko, when can you get this academy in? And I said, September 1st. And the board supported it, our administration supported it, and then with the addition of Mr. Rhodes, who was very familiar with the academy from his previous position, we started something here that a lot of people said couldn't be done. And now this is several years of our graduating classes that have come out of this incredible engineering and medical sciences program. So without further ado, I guess we're going to call up Ms. Calhoun again and Mr. Rhodes for the recognition.
Hi. So As Dr. Tomko said, our Ralph Lauren Academy of Engineering and Medical Science students are here to be recognized for their achievement and receive their cords for graduation, which will identify them as Academy students. The students in the Academy worked extremely hard, and obviously they had a couple of bumps along the way because we had the pandemic, and so instead of doing a lot of their internships and mentorships in person, they did a lot of their things virtually. And I have to, give Mr. Aiello recognition as the teacher in the Academy, and let's give him a hand. I'll explain why in a second. Obviously very beloved by the Academy students. He worked above and went above and beyond because he had to organize a lot of the things that they would have done in person virtually. So they did and watched remote surgeries. He brought in doctors to speak to our students, and he organized a lot of the things in his own time. And as you can tell, the students really appreciate it. And out of our academy in years past, students have graduated and have gone on to prestigious universities like MIT, Brown, and this year's group is no different. We have students going to Harvard, we have students going to other competitive schools, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Rutgers because it's local, but again, Villanova, and the list goes on, and the students are incredible in their achievements. They get 99.9% of the credit. All right, the parents get like 40% of the credit. They get 60% of the credit. But we're gonna announce their names and then, obviously give them a hand. We'll take a nice picture. It's a much smaller group, and I'll try to slow down a little bit so they can come up here faster and not trip on their heels. Denise Almario, Kayla Baez, Camila Campos, Daliana Estevez, Michelle Jean-Louis, Nick Mira, Jasmine Joyce Paguio, Sarai Rodriguez, Serena Rodriguez, Isla J. Romero, Danielle San Juan, Krista Santiago, and Isabella Valcuna. And two of these people here are our valedictorian and salutatorian that you will see at graduation. So, good job, guys. We are very, very, very proud of our Academy students and our biliterate students and our triliterate students. Dr. Tomko, do I have to walk away or can I just continue with the microphone for the rest of the night? Okay. Let's give them another hand.
Congratulations. We look forward to seeing your successes in the future. And come back and say hello, please. All right, we're moving around a little bit. We'll go now to the Essex County, let's go to the Essex County Teen Arts and State Teen Arts Festival while we have our high school team up here. So, Mr. Rhodes.
Ms. Cheryl, I'd like to call you up. Unfortunately, one of our other art teachers who had our students participate in this awesome opportunity wasn't able to be here tonight, but this is Ms. Cheryl, who's one of the high school art teachers, who is able to be here tonight. This year, the Essex County Division of Cultural and Historical Affairs hosted a county-wide art show for high school students. The exhibition took place in a virtual online gallery with 21 schools participating. 17 students from Ms. Driscoll's and Ms. Cheryl's class are being honored tonight because their work was included. It's on display here tonight. You saw it as you walked into the auditorium, right out there in the front area. Professional artists served as judges, offering constructive criticism and selecting work to continue on to the New Jersey State Teen Arts Festival. This show is held in person at the Middlesex County College in Edison. One of our students, Alexandra Revilla, represented BHS and Essex County, the entire county, at the state festival. We're very proud of our artists and looking forward to an opportunity to recognize them here tonight. Michelle?
I'd like to call the students up so that they can receive their certificates of participation. Lisbeth Ascona. Diana Baez. Basma Benhibu. Rebecca Coloma Riera. Haley DiBenedetto. Ria Desai. Evalise Diaz. Anthony Imperato. Nick Mera. Veronica Mikhail. Kayla Modesto. Nina Hart Pasquale. Alexandra Revilla. Emily Straffolino. Christina Suknandan. Jaden Valley. And Daphne Vasquez Varela.
Essex County and State Teen Arts Festival. Congratulations, guys. Great job. Excellent work. Still want to stay there? Yeah, we'll do the sports now, too. All right, let's have Mr. Mara come up, and we will do our Spring Sports Super Essex Conference All-Conference Awards. And then we have one more category after that. And again, this is what it's all about, giving our students accolades for all their hard work. So, Mr. Mara.
Good evening, everyone. So this is the end of spring sports, and believe it or not, fall sports start today. Right now, we have our summer league at Clearman Field being played on, so we have about 12 teams coming tonight to be played, but we're going to go over our spring sports season. We had a good season. I know at the end we did host a couple games, especially at home in the state tournament, and one of our teams went pretty far. But first, we're going to call up boys volleyball. Is Coach Sheridan here? So for boys volleyball, who plays in the American division, which is the top division in SEC, we have first team American division boys volleyball, Richmond Casino. Second team American division boys volleyball, John Riz Palmares. Honorable mention, American Boys Division, we have Amadeus Parado and Justin Lowe. Parents, if you want to take a picture, you're more than welcome. Congratulations, boys volleyball. Next, we have softball. I know I saw Coach Canarella. And son. You want your son to come? No? You can come up. Come on. Get next to Dak. Go ahead, brother. So for softball, we have second team Liberty Division, Ashley Herman. Oh, there she is. I saw her. Honorable mention, Liberty Division, Taina Carasquillo. And honorable mention, Liberty Division, we had Nina Gemino. Congratulations, softball. Next, we have baseball. I believe I saw Coach Ori somewhere. There he is. Joe Source? There he is. Oh, there he is. Eddie Ravel? It'll be 3 for 3. No? Great job, coaches. What's up? Second team, Liberty Division, we have Matthew McCann. Honorable mention, Liberty Division, we have Michael Napolitano. And honorable mention, Liberty Division, Joshua Aberson. Congratulations, boys. Next, we have spring track. I know we have Coach Lenchek, Coach Campione. We had one person who was second team, Liberty Division, for a 100-meter dash, who we're proud to say has a full athletic scholarship to Caldwell University, Shania Shop. Good. Congratulations. And last but not least, we have tennis. I know I saw Coach Oriema somewhere. There he is. Second team Colonial Division, Dominic Chu. Is Dominic here? Honorable mention, Colonial Division, Dominic Capitelli. My freshman who's all conference in 2 sports. Don't think we don't know, Dom. Good job, bud. Congratulations to tennis. And thanks, everybody, for such a supportive year. We appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, we have one more set of winners. Mr. Belton's going to come up and talk about our Essex County poster contest winners for elementary. We had 2 winners. Mr. Belton, School 7 principal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tomko. Thank you very much, Board of Education, for tonight and presenting all these awards to all the students that are absolutely phenomenal, both inside the classroom and outside. We have been taking part in the Essex County poster contest at school number 7 a lot longer than I've been here. So about for the last 28 years, we have been entering this competition, both inside the classroom, because it's very important to show our students that even with these competitions that are outside, it's good to be recognized for their accomplishments. So with that being said, over the course of the last 28 years, we have posted a winner, at least an honorable mention. What the Essex County Poster Contest is based off of is My Essex County. It's promoting community, and it's promoting getting recognition for our students and the programs that are run within Essex County. First and foremost, I would like to thank the teachers, the 4th grade team, Miss Linda Nicodemi, who has been running it for the last 28 years. That's why we keep winning. And also, we have Miss Banca, who is here as well, and Miss Mendez. Now, we have 2 amazing students. One of our honorable mentions, if you could come up and give a big round of applause for Miss Hannah Farris. Please come up. Applause, guys. And our secondary, our honorable mention is Sydney Alua. Come on out. Congratulations. Nice job, Sid.
Excellent. Nice job, ladies. Give a round of applause. Let's give one more round of applause to all of our students tonight, all of our winners. Again, and also just to mention one more time, our students that spoke up here in front of a very packed auditorium, you guys did an excellent job. Very well spoken. I could tell you practiced it. We're very proud of you. So thank you all very much. What an incredible year. I just want to thank you all one more time for supporting all of us. Let's keep the communication open, and we'll continue to do the best for the children of Belleville. Progress. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone as you walk out. All right. So once again, I just want to congratulate everyone who won and who was recognized. I just also want to take a moment to recognize our seniors who in this month had dinners and recognitions and received varsity letters. And I just want to take a moment just to congratulate them as well. Some may not be here to have been recognized, but just want to take a moment and just mention that. I want to move on to remarks by citizen. Can I have a motion to open up for remarks by citizens?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So I, the board president, will call the individual who wishes to speak in the order they appear in the sign-in roster. The individual called shall proceed with his or her comments as briefly as the subject permits within 3 minutes at the podium. All inquiries must be directed at the board president. Mr. Michael Sheldon.
Good evening, everyone. In light of the paucity of the audience, I assume that the 3-minute rule is going to be suspended tonight in consistency with Board Policy 0167. But let me begin in any case. First of all, I'd like to say that it's wonderful to see the Vion Academy coming to fruition. I just want to point out, it might be picayune, but in the agenda you have Mr. Vallon's last name misspelled. It's 2 L's, not 1. So if you please correct that for the record. I have a bunch of questions regarding agenda items, so let me run through those as quickly as possible. Firstly, 7.24, you're hiring a food services coordinator, compliance officer for a little over $100,000 a year. This seems to be a new position. Could you confirm that it is a new position? And if so, was it advertised? Ditto for 7.31. You're hiring an assistant to the director of athletics. Is this also a new position? And if so, was it advertised? 7.32, you're hiring a grant writer / alumni relations. Is this a new position? The last name of the person here happens to be Bruno, and I'm wondering, Bruno Associates was punted years ago as the grant writer for the district, but is this the same Bruno coming back under a different guise? 7.58, yet another position, Supervisor of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Coordinator. Is this a new position? If so, was that properly advertised? 7.76, while the new contract for Mr. Palladino was pulled last month, it's back tonight. I'd like to know, after the board votes on this matter, which I assume will be approved, the details of that contract. It might not be a public document until that moment. The next 2 agenda items, 8.1 and 8.2. 8.1 is summer math assignments for grades 7 through 12. 8.2 is summer reading assignments for grades 7 through 12. Dr. Tomko, I'd like you to explain just how you're going to follow up on the math assignments. Having reading assignments and math assignments are really 2 completely different matters. Agenda item 9.10. This program is entitled Conception to Cradle. Could you please speak a little bit more about this? It seems that with this program, we're no longer dealing with education matters per se. Now we're dealing with health matters. As the document explains, this is for to address family needs and concerns from birth to age 3. That seems to be completely outside the purview of education and is more of a health matter. So I'm wondering why the Board of Ed is getting into something like this rather than this being properly addressed by health officials. And I'd like to know where the funding is coming for this particular program. Agenda items 9.11 and 9.16 seem to be coupled. This 9.11 says dual enrollment. I'd like to know which programs are involved with the dual enrollment, and then 9.16 says dual use educational space. Again, could you elaborate on that?
All right, Mr. Sheldon, your time is up. Thank you very much.
Again, you're violating, I made sure to point out, your board policy 0167 says, in the event it appears...
Mr. Sheldon,
Mr. Bush,
you're going to have a
presiding officer.
You're going to have a combined 8 minutes to speak tonight, which is longer than
You are violating,
most of the board members, if not all. Sir, excuse me.
No, excuse
There's about you'll have a total of 8 minutes to speak tonight. That's longer than most board members will speak. It's plenty of time to make your point.
Bush,
You've made your point, and your time is now done.
Mr. Bush, you're
Thank
out of
you.
bounds. Board policy 0167 says, in the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45
Sir, please
minutes.
don't. Listen, Mr. Sheldon, we gave you a couple seconds more. We appreciate that you came to speak to us.
You know what? I'm going to turn the favor. I'm going to bring suit against you and Mr. Rubin
Okay.
as soon
Thank you,
as
sir.
possible.
Any other comments?
You are violating
Mr. Rodriguez,
board policies.
you're up. Thank you.
If we could answer any of his questions.
Yeah, I can answer some to the chair. It was going pretty quickly, so I'll just kind of remember what I have written down. Food service, assistant to the director of athletics, grant writer were all posted. As far as I'm aware, the candidate for the grant writer, the recommendation for the grant writer position is not related to Bruno Associates, but that regardless, that wouldn't matter. The individual is an alumni and is absolutely well qualified for the position, so that's why she's being recommended. The diversity and equity position is not new. It was last year. Mr. Palladino's public contract has been public for a few hours now, so it's been on the website. The assignments are 2 homework assignments through Google Classroom for math. They're going to count as 2 homework assignment grades when the students come back. It's recommended by the Department of Education to do reading and mathematics. That's what we've been doing for the past few years. Conception of Cradle program is a new program that I've been involved with. Also learned about it through the Newark Public School District. Yes, it does fit in well with our COPE program, which those of you might remember about 6 years ago. I recommended to the board starting a brand new initiative that only Belleville had called Community Outreach Program and Education, where we partner with a lot of our nonprofit organizations in town, including Claramas, and different civic associations. We then grew that into student ambassadors that work community service hours, et cetera. The Conception of Cradle program basically follows new families or new expected families, and we want to try to assist them in getting the services that they need, and basically try to cultivate a partnership with them through our partners, so that by the time they get to age 3 and age 4, we've already had this partnership with these parents, and that moves right into preschool. We never had a preschool environment or a universe that was near 90%, which when I got here was about 7 or 8%. Now it's going to be 90% through all the work that we've all done here to get more preschool. So this program, I think, aligns with it perfectly with regard to trying to grow these relationships with parents before they get here. Once students get here, I think it's too late. The board has an ad hoc committee that's been working with me on this. This is just a prospectus that's out right now. It's basically just part of job descriptions for those individuals working it. There's no funding necessary, and I would think that we could probably find some services, and if we need anything, and some funding through some sponsorships. So again, just stay tuned for that. And the dual enrollment right now is Essex County College, so students can receive credits towards an associate's degree. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
How you doing? Ruben Rodriguez, Cedar Hill Avenue. Boy, people leave fast, right? It's like third quarter of a Giants game. 729, I just want to congratulate her because she was our school secretary and she's awesome. And the girls love her, so that's kind of cool. She's coming back to the school. I also had a question about, I'm sorry, your mobile thing just is horrible, horrible. There's something about a bunch of policies as first reading. I was just wondering if you could explain what some of those policies are. I'm sorry, I can't even pull it up, but if you could just explain, it's 919, sorry. If you could just explain what those policies are and regulations. I guess I'm really kind of asking in a long way is if the uniform policy is on there at all. And then, and what are some of the other, there were some other policies on there, but like I said, I can't see it. And kids going to Orlando for the esports, that's kind of cool. So I guess we could expect a couple fundraisers and Michael Ross comments for that next year. I'll be there. But that's it. If you could just explain the policies. And I also agree with Mr. Sheldon about the conception to thing, but that's neither here nor there. If you could just explain some of those policies and just an update on the uniform policy and where we are with that, with school ending next week. But that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. I can give you an update on the uniform policy. A big part of what we were discussing when we started the conversation for the uniform policy was to have more parent and student engagement in that. So that's one of the things that we've been working towards. So as of right now, we don't have a specific date on when we're going to put it right back on the agenda, but we're waiting to get some more feedback on that sense, and then we're going to go ahead and put something out for the community to be able to give their insight as well as our student body. So as soon as we have more guidance on that, we're going to go ahead and put that back on. Dr. Tomko?
I mean, there's like 20 policies on there. I mean, is there anything specific? I mean, well, this is only first reading, so if you have any questions after you have them on there, they'll be posted to public contact. They'll all be posted as public content after the board approves them tonight for first reading. So if you want to read through them, and then if you have any questions, you give me a shout, and we could kind of set something up, and I can go over it for you.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on, can I have a motion to close public participation, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Can I have a motion for personnel, 7-1 to 7-7-6?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're actually, we're going to be pulling 7.55. So we're voting on everything except 7.55, just to clarify. Is there any discussion on this, on any items?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Tomko, I'm just wondering if you can break down for us the job description of the Supervisor of Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, SEL Coordinator.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me just see. I'm sorry, Ms. Status. So we're looking at 58, right? Okay, so we're looking at 7.58. Yes, so this actual position that we just kind of brought up was it's the second year of the position, and it was something that we combined with two separate positions of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and also the social emotional learning component. And we have a supervisor who coordinates all that. I think it's important that everyone understands that although we do talk about diversity and equity a lot, because that was a big push from Commissioner Repollet, I think our township and our school district does an incredible job with that, especially since I've been here 7 years now. We do a lot of celebrations of multiculturalism and things of that nature. So I think that we want to make sure that we monitor that. We want to make sure that we get equity and access. But I think the part that people or individuals don't really recognize sometimes is the equity like across the town as well. So for example, this position also helps me ensure that students in school 7, for lack of a better term, but school 7 and students in school 10 have the same books, the same programs, have some of the same protocols. So we make sure that there's equity in access in all those other areas as well. And I think that's an important thing. One of the biggest parts of this position also is ADA compliance. And even though our district is now at 100% compliance, we still have places in the municipality that our students use that we're trying to work on some of those issues. So that's a big proponent of that equity piece as well. So it's not only just race, color, creed that we're always talking about. There's other parts of equity that I think we tend to not talk about. The social emotional learning aspect of that has come about, especially specific to COVID. But I think I'll give you an unfortunate prime example of why this position is very important. We did face several tragedies this year, and this position is relevant to coordinating all those efforts that happen behind the scenes. So I think there's more than just what I think looks, looks on the surface of the diversity piece. So it's a pretty big thing. If you've noticed, a lot of the positions that we have here, in order to, just kind of consolidate the strengths of individuals, we put 2 or 3 different titles together, and I think that's what happens here. So I don't know if I answered your question, but okay.
Okay, I just want to actually state that while there are parts of this job that I definitely don't agree with, there are also parts of it that I think are important. So I just want to explain why I'm going to be voting yes for this. So I just wanted to put that out there and explain my vote before I vote it. Thank you very much, Mr. President and Dr. Tomko.
All right, thank you very much. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Bennett Meany.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes. Moving on to curriculum and instruction, can I have a motion on 8.1 to 8.6 with the exception of 8.3, which is being pulled?
Motion.
Motion. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to comment on agenda item 8.6. Specifically, we have a lot of new courses that, if approved, would be in the pipeline for the high school. And I think all of these are amazing, but specifically, I really wanted to give attention to a new course focusing on drone flight. And I think this is something really amazing for our district. I really just wanted to ask if Dr. Tomko, through the chair, could sort of expand on it, because I really think this is something that is a game changer when you look at other districts in comparison, because this really is something that is raising the bar for our academic opportunities.
And to add to that, if we could also speak on our current program that we have for the flight, because I think these two tie in together very well, if you don't mind.
Yes, and this also ties into the new facility. But first, just for everyone's edification, I don't know if we think that we're going to possibly change the name of the course to Drone Flight Training 1 and 2, just because we think it encompasses more of what's happening through the current program and curriculum and what's going to be coming. There are commercial drone licenses now. I think we're all familiar with the drones. So this program specifically is going to get our students there. We talked about this several years ago. It was a small program. It started out as maybe a club idea, and then Mr. Rhodes, now Mr. Lipo. It's not an inexpensive program. Let's just say that. So it's a very big commitment for the district, and our goal is to have our students kind of move through this and get out of it something practical, which leads to either a license or some kind of industry that has drones in it. And as we know, there's drones and everything now. Amazon is looking at deliveries with drones. So there's not only just the practical sense of flying a drone like many of us do and take pictures, there's also the mechanics of drones, et cetera. So this program is basically an introduction course and then a secondary course, which gets a little bit into more of the commercial aspect of it. Our new training facility that should be done within the next few weeks or so is also going to have a drone obstacle course in there, and we're going to be practicing in there as well. So I think it's important to just understand that even though we're approving these, it's still a growing program, and the technology is growing every day. These drones are very expensive, so we have to treat all the equipment and basically some of the foundation of what these students will be learning with a lot of respect for those things, and there's an ethics piece, et cetera. So I can update the board as we get a little bit more into it, and then maybe at some point we can have a demonstration, maybe at one of the upcoming board meetings, of what we're doing so far, and we could maybe do an obstacle course or something like that, and maybe you could live stream it or whatever. So. Yeah, just another incredible opportunity. It kind of ties in with the aeronautics program that we looked at and we started last year. So, we're just trying to, again, expand opportunities. We see a need for students. We see an industry out there, and our team is just running with it. So hopefully this second part will be successful. But I appreciate the board's support on this.
Mr. Velez, anything else?
Nope, thank you.
No, thank you. That was a great question. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Benamitni.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes, thank you very much. We're moving on to board action and board policy, 9-1 to 9-23, with the exception of 9-18, which we will be polling for this vote. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Benamitni.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes, thank you. We're moving on to purchasing and business services. Can I have a motion on 10-1 to 10-91? Motion?
Motion.
And can I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Benamitni.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes, thank you very much. We're moving on to finance, 11-1 to 11-4. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Is there any discussion on these items? Hearing none, Ms. Zero, please call the roll.
Trustee Dattis.
Yes.
Trustee Velez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Vice President Benamitni.
Yes.
President Muniz.
Yes, thank you very much. Moving on to remarks by citizens, may I please have a motion to open public commenting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, may I have Mr., excuse me. The board president will call the individual who wishes to speak in the order they appear in the sign-in roster. The individual called will be heard and shall proceed with his or her comments as briefly as the subject permits, with a maximum of 5 minutes at the podium. All inquiries must be directed at the board president. Mr. Sheldon?
Good evening again. With Mr. Palladino missing tonight, this is the first time in 2 years that we haven't been given his usual speech about Mr. Egan, the state monitor, where he always says each month the state monitor can't be here. He's watching from home. He's reviewed all the agenda items. He approves everything, and we have plenty of money to continue through the rest of the school year. But I want it to be known that last week I had a rare spotting of Mr. Egan. Apparently I caught him during his northern migration to the Canadian Maritimes. He just happened to be passing through Belleville at that moment, but I can confirm that Mr. Egan is alive and well after not having seen him for at least the last 2 years. So I'm glad to know that he's still with us and not being held in an undisclosed location. Number of other agenda items I wanted to ask about, in particular 10.26. This is Environmental Logic LLC to investigate metallic anomalies at 251 and 259 Washington Avenue for just under $12,000. These are the two properties next to the middle school, which one of which, 251, is the Eastern International School, which this board has now agreed to purchase for $5 million, the funding coming from this shared services bond ordinance with the town hall for $11.9 million, which is another matter that I'm also quietly pursuing behind the scenes. Part of this money, the 11.9, is you've already allocated $775,000 to purchase the King's Window Store lot, which is between the Eastern International School and the middle school, which is going to be essentially the core of this new 2-level municipal shared parking garage to go on that site. But I was very concerned to see that you're now having environmental testing. Metallic anomalies almost always means, and Ms. Bennett, if she cares to, can weigh in on this with her area of expertise, but this almost always means that there is the presence of lead. And the fact that, well, that's what metallic anomalies usually refer to, usually the presence of lead, sometimes chromium, but other metals that are not only toxic but carcinogens, which is very concerning because of the fact that the King's Window Store lot, which has been there for God knows how long, what has stuff been dumped there, and now there's maybe a potential site contamination issue, but I'd like to know if you can say anything more about that tonight. Let me just slip ahead. There's a lot of, one of the bill list items, check 084810, you're paying $38,750 to Reuben Kaplan and Associates, and it's marked as a deposit for the King's Window lot. Can you please explain what that is? Is that a law firm that's brokering this? Who are Reuben Kaplan and Associates? At the last council meeting, 4 of the council members approved allowing a cannabis cultivation facility to go up on 61-65 Greylock Avenue. That property is a stone's throw away from school number 9. I spoke passionately about this matter at the council meeting, that I thought it was completely irresponsible for the town hall to give approval to a cultivation center, just not simply growing cannabis. The cultivation centers process it. There have been numerous instances in New Jersey since cannabis has been legalized where these facilities generate enormous amounts of pollution requiring immediate DEP intervention. I just think that we're headed for a lot of trouble. There are no limits, you may not, and I wasn't even fully aware of this until the discussion with Mr. Mellum last week, but the town hall in its infinite wisdom has absolutely no limits on the number of cultivation centers that can be approved in Belleville. There's a limit to the number of sales sites, I think it's 4 or 5, but you could have literally a cultivation center, as long as the zone allows it. You could have dozens of cultivation centers throughout the township, but I would like to see the board here express some concern. Do you really think it's right to have a cultivation center upwind from school number 9? The distance from the back of that plant to the northernmost wall of school number 9 is less than 350 feet. And I just think this is a bad portent for the future. I would like you guys to mull this over and let the council know that you would appreciate not having cannabis cultivation centers operating so close to any of our schools.
Thank you, Mr. Sheldon. Dr. Hopko?
Yeah, through the chair. There were just 2 things that were brought up that I think I should comment on. The first was the anomalies testing. Those we moved forward with going with those second testings as we were doing our due diligence, as we do any time to make sure that the sites are environmentally safe. So one of the concerns that we had was that there was possibly an underground tank there from years ago. I think the initial scan found that there may have been a tank there or whatnot, and I'm pretty sure that this other test that we were just proving tonight found that there was only some piping there that turned out to be okay, but we just did some extra testing to make sure before we moved forward that there was no more remediation that we had to do. So again, it was just obviously we wouldn't put anything on there if it wasn't safe, and we would have to remediate it. And again, like you do at your own house when you're buying a house and you test maybe radon or whatnot before the sale closes. That's what we were doing, and and the property owners have been very helpful with us, even chipping in to pay for some of that when they really didn't have to. The King's deposit that was mentioned with the law firm Kaplan, et cetera, is our real estate attorney that we utilize, and these are just deposits for all the properties that we've been purchasing, et cetera. But that is the group that we use for all the real estate sales. We do not use the Bush Law Group. So, no offense, Jonathan.
Moving on, we have Mr. Ruben Rodriguez.
Welcome back. I just want to say thanks for having that meeting last Wednesday. It was nice to actually see a room full of parents. I'd like to get some more parents in here as much as possible. I know they say the time is bad, but obviously if there's awards or something, we have no problem filling up the room. As far as that, there is some things I was talking, like on the district page, you have like a calendar on the web page. And when you click on it, it comes up events. You could put that on here. The town does it on their calendar, and they actually have the link right there, and people can link it right as they're watching it. As far as what we talked about on Wednesday, we brought up opt-out issue, and you keep mentioning an opt-out issue. But I also wanted to remind you and ask you again if there could possibly be an opt-in issue. I think opting out allows people who don't know what's going on to still not know what's going on. Whereas if with the same Google form we use for everything else, you could have parents opt in. And that would give parents just to know that they are opting in, they do know what it is, and you know that they're taking the time to know what's going on. Because there was maybe, 200 people here the other night, maybe 3, I'm bad at that, but let's say there was 300, we're still missing 4,100 parents, right? So I think opting in would be a much better, it would force people to try to get involved, if that makes sense. And then I also was wondering when the middle school was opening, just because my daughter keeps asking me because she's going there next year, so she's excited. And then I just had one more question. I did have an issue with my daughter, and it's my daughter's fault. But we were looking into this, the guidance counselors at the school gave me some options for mental care through the town, through Essex County, or just a bunch of recommendations. And I don't know if you know, there's no one that can see a child in under 2 weeks. I mean, that is just the baseline is 2 weeks to see a child, even if it's an emergency. And obviously you could go to the emergency room, but who wants to take a child into Clara, Mass. And sit there all day, or Rutgers Crisis Center, which I can't tell you what's lurking around as you bring in a 10-year-old in there, and it terrifies them even more. I did get this list of about 10, 15 names. So I just want to tell you, 2 of them don't see children at all. There's 2 names on this list that when I called them, they said they don't deal with children. One of them has moved and isn't in the building anymore. This one, 2 weeks. This one, at least 3 weeks. This one, at least a week. The one I had luck with, they might have an opening tomorrow. I have to call in the morning. And then if they're not available in the morning, it's another week. So, I mean, we have a serious problem. I think we can all agree we have a serious problem, in this town, in every town, because obviously we have a problem. That's why they're booked, right? If we didn't have a problem, you could go see a doctor right away. So I just want to see, if, can we get somebody, a licensed care? We pay I feel like we have 9 million jobs in this town. And I feel like every week we come here and there's 10, 20, 20 new hirings, or it's 5 new positions all the time. Why don't we have a licensed care social worker on site that, that can maybe assist and fill in the gaps, or work directly with some of these places that they can make the phone calls? Because there are parents here, one-car families, there's places on here in Morristown, West Caldwell. You're not getting on a bus and going to Morristown. So I just, I think we should really, really prioritize that because that's the number one thing that we're facing right now with our children. After what happened to our children, and I can accuse who I want to accuse of what they did to our children the last 2 years, starting at Trenton and working it all the way down. But our kids are not in a good way, and we just have to help them. So I wish the town could the district can maybe look into that and think about that. But that's really it. And one last thing, next year's calendar, you got Juneteenth celebrated on Friday when June 19th is actually on Monday. So you might want to help people out with that too.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Dr. Tomko, anything that you want to comment on?
Yeah, I just want to be careful how I say it, but I'm just going to, we do recognize that there's an issue. That's why we've added a lot of the social and emotional piece here. We've added more counselors for our students internally. There are certain situations that individual students have to be seen by different counselors or different licensed counselors. So again, most of the times those are independent of the district for a reason. Just so there's a different set of eyes on there, et cetera. But again, I will speak to the team about the list that you have. But that's really all I want to say. If you want to have a different conversation, we can do that.
Thank you. Mr. Mike Mignon.
Good evening. So first off, I want to just apologize that I wasn't able to attend last month's meeting, but I'm sure glad that I was able to be part of this meeting because it was just like a wonderful way to end an otherwise rough couple of years. True testimony to the resilience of our Belleville students and the hard work and dedication of our Belleville staff. I don't have to tell all of you, we've gone through a lot in the past couple of years, from full closure of our school district to gradual reopening to now full reopening, social distancing to non-social distancing, masking to unmasking. Just what we've gone through in the past couple of years, and I can't talk enough about our nursing staff and what they have done to get our keep our schools safe. They have to track COVID positive, COVID negative, set up quarantine stations in every school off the cuff. Just we're able to adapt to it and make our schools safe, keeping account of all kids that were leaving, coming. When their quarantine was over, an abundance of work. Our counselors scheduling kids, and students being able to go from virtual to in person and then back to virtual again, and keeping track of that and keeping them in the classroom and tracking A days and B days, and then our school psychologists and child study team, and now that we're back at full time, all the work that they have to do to try to get our children back adapted to coming in person. Not to say our teaching staff, and for teaching, learning how to plan for virtual lessons, hybrid lessons, synchronous lessons, A days, B days, double lesson plans, just an abundance of work. And, I just couldn't be any prouder to be a representative of just a dedicated and professional staff that we have here in Belleville, and I can't say enough. I know that Dr. Tomko says it a lot when he's up there. It doesn't fall on deaf ears, Doc. We do have an excellent, top-notch staff. We're talking about our, counselors, our nurses, our CST, our teachers. And if it wasn't for them, we would have not been able to make it through these couple of years. On that note, I want to thank Dr. Tomko and the Board of Ed for recognizing that. You recognize that we've been through a lot. We had to do a lot of professional development on our own. It was on our own, and no fault to the district at all. We just were thrown into this rough time, and we had to adapt. So we had a lot of our staff had to do a lot of professional development. We worked with Doc. I worked with Doc endlessly on this. And we thank you for agreeing to our agreement for the compensation piece on this. And I just didn't want to, I wanted to thank you last month when it was actually on the agenda, and I'm sorry I had, something came up I spoke with Doc about. But I just wanted to thank you all now. I think it's a start, really big start of, trying to get us all together. I know that we're not necessarily always on the same page. Never understood why we wouldn't be, but I think we could start getting all on the same page now. I think you all recognize the staff that you have. There's no other district around that was coming into school during teaching kids, live teaching during those times, and we are the model district for that. So again, thanks to all of you. Doc, thank you very much for that, working with us, and that's all I have, but thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Mignon. Thank you very much. May I have a motion to close public participation?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Thank you. We're going to move on to items and remarks by board members. Let's start off at the end over there with Mr. Velez. Get him first on cue.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to start off my remarks by saying that tonight we saw the diversity of Belleville. We saw so many students, parents, teachers, administrators, former board members, and just our entire community come out and show their support and their attention to our district. I really want to say thank you to everyone for taking the time out to come, because when you have a room full of people from all different backgrounds who truly represent the town, it really makes you appreciate even more your service, to see the happiness and to see the results in real time from the people who benefit from it the most. So I really want to highlight that first. I also want to thank all the student awardees, the essay winners, STEAM Tank finalists, biliteracy achievers, artists, every student who won an award. Again, it really shows the academic prowess that we have worked so hard to build up over the last few years here at the district. I also want to talk about the class of 2022. I think it's really extraordinary on a personal note to see people who I went to high school with, freshmen, to finally be seniors and are on their way out. So it's kind of like a full circle moment, and it's just really kind of surreal, and it really makes me proud to see the people that they've become, and it's really exciting to see where they go next. And in terms of graduation, I'm very excited on Thursday to see everybody get their cap and gown. Just one little note, I would just ask that in the future, next year and coming years, like in my year and all years prior, that we look into having graduation back to the nighttime. I think it was such a Belleville thing, and everyone really enjoyed it. It really was amazing to see the sunset commemorate when you take off your cap and really become a graduate. So I just wanted to note that, and I want to say I'm so proud of this last academic year that we're closing out. It's my second one, and we did a lot of amazing things. Firstly, we expanded the district footprint. We completely capitalized on the extraordinary growth of educational and athletic opportunities, and we really made huge gains in the overall trajectory of our district. And I want to say thank you to everybody for their hard work, and I cannot wait for next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Williams?
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight. I also want to extend heartfelt prayers and condolences to the families of those who lost loved ones within our district and town. Next, I'd like to acknowledge the national holiday of Juneteenth that the district observed this past Friday. I too agree with our essay contest contestant winner who appreciates the inclusiveness and diversity that is celebrated within our district. I too want to congratulate all of the students who were recognized tonight and our high school seniors who received academic and military scholarships. It was beautiful to witness all of the organizations who provided monetary contributions to our students. Thank you to everyone who played a part in pouring into our youth to help them in attaining their goals. Last but never least, I'd like to give a huge thank you to our staff and students. Some will never understand the dedication, time, and talent that goes into teaching and education unless they've completed the rigorous coursework and requirements for themselves. Therefore, I say job well done to our staff and students for another successful school year. Again, thank you for coming out tonight and have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Ms. Status?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. First, I want to just start with giving my deepest condolences to the family of the student that we lost, Victor. It's just a tragic event. Thank you. Congratulations to all the essay winners. To stand up here and read an essay in front of a room full of people, I still get nervous sitting up here talking, so I can't imagine how they did it. Great job. Congratulations to all the winners of all the awards tonight. We gave out a lot of awards. All the schools did a great job with their field days. It was so nice to see all the kids running around outside playing with the bouncy houses, and just to see that again was really, really nice. Thank you to the Belleville PD. They always do a great job. That walk to school with a cop was great. My kids love that. The middle school put on a great show of We Will Rock You. I just want to say great job to the middle school. Couple things coming up. July, we have our color run. It's a free town-wide event. If anyone who hasn't done a color run, it's so much fun. I can't wait for that. That's on July 4th. We have graduation Thursday, and then we also have the fireworks on July 1st, so I hope to see everybody there. Thank you.
Vice President Benamini?
Thank you, Mr. Muniz. Hello, everyone. I echo everything that everyone is saying, but I really want to keep this to Dr. Tomko and the superintendent's essay. I think that is really a great way to close this, because I think those young children said it all and really made everybody feel good about what they did. They felt good about the school and the district they were from. They felt good about their teachers, the activities, the cleanliness of their school. I think they touched everything. There's really nothing more that I can say. Just, I know that they're proud of their parents, they're proud of their teachers and the staff, and they're proud of us. And we're gonna make sure that we give them the best education that we can give them and continue to do what we do. I wanna wish everyone a happy and healthy summer, and can't wait to see you in September, and congratulations to all of our graduates. I'll see you all at middle school graduation and the high school graduation. So good night, everyone.
Thank you. On my end, I also echo a lot of what everyone here is saying. I also want to make a point to just express my gratitude. It was very humbling to be able to hear from our youngest children and hear their thoughts, because in their adolescence, they're so pure in their comments, and just to see how grateful they are and how many conversations we have on the back end, just thinking of ways that we can bring some of the things that they spoke about today, to bring those things to become a reality. It's a hard work for all of us back here. It's a hard work for our staff. So today really was a recognition for you as well as the staff and as administration and to the board, because we've been able to work together to really accomplish a lot of these things. So I just want to thank you all, because your hard work is what makes all these things possible. I do want to kind of take a little bit of time to discuss some of the things that have gone on in our community. My family and I just we had a situation happen a couple of days ago. I made a post on it online, and I just wanted to take a moment to just speak about it in public, and just to remind our residents, we had a situation happen with one of our neighbors where we recognized her daily routine. We knew how she moved around. We knew when we would see her, when we wouldn't see her, and unfortunately, we suffered her loss a couple days ago when we discovered that her day-to-day routines weren't being performed, and once we went to do a wellness check on her, we came to find out that she passed away. So I just want to urge our community to think about our elders and to think about those neighbors that you may not engage on a regular basis, but you do recognize those small day-to-day things that they do that will trigger you to know that, hey, you know what, they may not talk to me, they may not say anything, or maybe they do, but at least you recognize that one thing that they do on a regular basis, and allows you to just know that they're okay. And if you have any inkling or any thought that something may be wrong, it's better to apologize later on. It doesn't hurt to call our police department and just tell them, hey, you know what, I want to do a wellness check on my neighbor, give them the address, and make sure that everything's okay. So I just want to urge our community, especially now in these hot summer days and everything that we're going to be experiencing, some people traveling, moving around, that we all keep a closer eye on each other. With that said, I want to thank everyone once again for all their hard work and everything that they do. Congratulates all of our award winners, and have a good night, and thank you very much. May I have a motion to close our meeting, to adjourn our meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See you next year. Wow.